Point. Question 4, Eadie.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. To ask the First Minister what steps the Scottish Government is taking to support NHS Frontline services.
First Minister.
The Scottish Government has protected and increased NHS Scotland's frontline budget, and that has enabled boards to increase NHS staffing to a record level. This has been achieved against a backdrop of the current Westminster Government slashing of our fiscal resource budget by 10%. This week we announced a further uplift for NHS territorial boards of £65 million in the next financial year, which will ensure that all boards' funding increases by at least 1% above the rate of inflation.
Eadie.
I thank the First Minister for that answer, but given that 60% of the cuts to the Scottish revenue budget imposed by Westminster are still to come, does she agree that in order to give the NHS, both its dedicated staff and the people who use it day in and day out, the certainty which they need for the future, all parties in this chamber should commit to increase the NHS revenue budget in real terms for the remainder of this Parliament and for each and every year of the next Parliament?
First Minister.
Yes, I agree very strongly with that. It's exactly why we have committed to increasing the NHS budget in real terms, not only for the remainder of this Parliament, but for each and every year of the next Parliament too. To give that commitment to the resource budget of the NHS is extremely important for planning purposes, and I think it's incumbent on every party in this chamber to give an unequivocal commitment to match these plans so that our NHS does have that degree of certainty for the years ahead.